Hello everybody, my name is Josh from Billion Gaming, and welcome to episode 2 of Curse That Level. Today we're going to be looking at a level from a non-platformer game, that is Pikmin 2. Which level am I talking about? I am talking about the Submerged Castle. Pikmin 2 is a game that's all about exploration. Whereas the first game gave you a strict in-game time limit of 30 in-game days, the second game gives you an unlimited amount of time to complete your objective, which is to find 10,000 Pokos, which are either equivalent to $1, and all the treasures, meaning garbage, of our planet has risen to drastically increased prices, or the Poko is just severely undervalued. The game alternates between above-ground exploration sections and below-ground sections that require puzzle solving, efficient use of your Pikmin, and the defeating of bosses to get new items. While above ground the game is pretty relaxing, as soon as you go below ground, well, your Pikmin commanding skills are going to be tested. And out of all of Pikmin 2's caves, the Submerged Castle is by far the hardest one. The Submerged Castle is located in the perplexing pool area of the game. To get to it, you're going to need to collect all of the different standard Pikmin types, meaning that you're going to have to find the yellow Pikmin in the perplexing pool, go back to Awakening Wood and find the blue Pikmin, then bring them back to the perplexing pool to find the Submerged Castle. Before you go, though, I would suggest breeding blue Pikmin for a couple days in Awakening Wood so that you will have a good enough number of the blue Pikmin to go into the castle with. Try to have about 150 blue Pikmin in the onion. Once you get back to the perplexing pool, follow these directions. Take about 50 to 75 blue Pikmin with you, go directly left from the landing site and keep going past the first cave and past the two raising and lowering rocks that you used to get to the yellow Pikmin. Eventually you will find yourself at a gate that is submerged in water. Use your blue Pikmin to knock it down. There is a Wollywog near this gate, so be sure to take it down first and then take down the gate. It is quite durable. It could take you 1, maybe even 2 days, so make sure to have a captain station nearby to make sure that those Pikmin get home safely. Once you get through the gate, you will find yourself in a large pool-like area partially submerged in water. There will be 3 enemies there, 2 of which are hermit cromeds, and the third is a withering blowhog. Avoid all 3 if possible, especially the blowhog, which will deflower your Pikmin. Speaking of Pikmin, you're going to want to be bringing around 35 to 50 blues with you into this dungeon, depending on your skill level. If you are skilled at the game, I would suggest bringing less. If you are more skilled at the game, I would bring more. The logic here being, if you're good at the game, you're going to lose less Pikmin, therefore you need less Pikmin. If you're bad at the game, you need more Pikmin. They may die, but, you know, strength in numbers and all that. So, you've taken the plunge and are now inside the Submerged Castle. Why is this level so difficult? Well, it wouldn't be, save for this guy. Yeah. Yes, this dungeon is actually fairly easy, but if you spend too long on a certain sublevel, the Waterwraith will show up. He is a massive blob of water. He looks kind of like Flubber. And he will roll around with these 2 giant stone rolling pins. He will crush your Pikmin if he runs into them. It's instant death. There is no coming back. Your Pikmin don't have any chance. If he reaches you, you are dead. There is a reason why the first sublevel has an exit geyser on it. It's for people that go... But if you aren't a 100% complete wuss, you might just settle for running through each sublevel as fast as you can, avoiding any possible encounters with the Waterwraith. This is a legitimate strategy, but you also miss all the treasures. And that's a problem, because that's the goal of the game, to collect the treasures. Here are some strategies that I have compiled from my own experience with this level to help you outsmart the Waterwraith and not murder thousands of Pikmin. There are a total of 5 sublevels in this dungeon, and I am not going to give you a play-by-play of each of them. I'm just going to give you some general strategies for the most difficult portions of the dungeon so that you guys know how to beat the most difficult sections, and the other ones, screw it, look them up on game FAQs. You don't need my help for those. Sublevel 1 is ridiculously easy, except for the Fiery Bulwark, which is rather hard to beat. But Sublevel 2 is much more difficult, and that is probably the most difficult sublevel of any dungeon in this entire game, so I am going to show you guys how to get that one done. Sublevel 2 is rather easy in terms of treasures. There's only 3, and it is fairly small, but that's the problem. Luckily, though, this sublevel will bolster your numbers in the form of the Bulbmin. Kill their master, call them to you, and they will operate just as a normal Pikmin would. You can even get them to pick up and carry their dead mother back to your onion, or your satellite, whatever it is, for money. Yes, you are a cold, dead, heartless, evil, destructive, evil person. Anyway, one of the 3 treasures on this sublevel is literally one of the most difficult treasures in this entire game to get. Why is that? It only requires about 20 Pikmin to carry, and it's, you know, just a pretty general standard treasure, but the problem with it is that it is at the end of a long hallway, which is about the same width as the Waterwraith himself. So, if you're carrying the treasure up the hallway, and the water wraith comes down the hallway, well, you gotta get your Pikmin out of there quick or you're dead. As soon as you start this sub-level, send one captain to get the other 2 treasures, and one captain with most of your Pikmin to go get the other treasure at the end of the hallway, because it is the most high priority treasure to get on this entire sub-level. Here are a few tips to help you beat this section. Number 1, the water wraith will never enter this little alcove at the end of the hallway, so be sure to bring your Pikmin back there if you are being chased by the water wraith. Number 2, conversely, the pipe at the top of this large area is also a good place to hide, but I would note that it is hard to fit large amounts of Pikmin in there before the water wraith reaches you, so I would rather that you go to the alcove at the end of the hallway as opposed to this place in order to escape the water wraith. Number 3, now this is just from my own observations, it's not 100% confirmed, but it seems to me that the water wraith tends to go after the captain with the most amount of Pikmin with them. So if you have 45 plus Pikmin with you in the dungeon, you are in luck, because you can send the majority of the Pikmin into the pipe at the top of the large area to attract the water wraith while you carry the donut, the 3rd treasure that's most difficult to get, away from him while he's being distracted with the rest of the Pikmin. Again, this is not confirmed, so don't rage on me if you try this and it doesn't work, but it did seem like you could kind of draw the water wraith away from you with the larger amount of Pikmin, so that should be kind of an interesting little strategy for you guys to try out. Number 4, and this is a tip that applies for the entire dungeon. What is it? Well, basically, it's an entire exploit that can pretty much eliminate the effectiveness of the water wraith entirely. When you find a corner, use the order button. I'm not exactly sure what you call it, but you can whistle your Pikmin to go in a certain direction. It's the C stick in the GameCube version and down on the D-pad in the new Play Control Wii version. Anyway, send the Pikmin into a corner and stand in the corner with them. They will all compact into a very small space, ending up taking up about the same amount of space as a captain, and you're all pretty much sitting in that corner, and it's all cool. The water wraith will actually roll past you. He won't hit the corner just because of the programming that he has, so you're actually safe. You'll turn before he hits you. Anyway, that pretty much concludes sub-level 2. Get all 3 treasures as quick as you can. Get out. Pretty simple using the tips that I gave you. It shouldn't be all that hard. Sub-level 3, you will have the option of getting yourself some white Pikmin. Do not. Your Bulbmin serve the exact same purpose. Keep them alive, they're very useful. Sub-level 4, it's the sub-level just before the final boss. And finally, sub-level 5, the boss. Who is the boss? Well, it's the water wraith. But how do I beat the water wraith? He's invincible! No. If it can bleed, it can die. Before entering the boss arena, you will find some other gates. Knock those down to reveal some purple candy pop buds. Throw your Bulbmin into those to get your purples back. The Bulbmin don't actually come out of the cave with you, so if you turn them into purple Pikmin, you'll actually end up bolstering your numbers. Throw as many Bulbmin as you can into as many candy pop buds as you can find, and then finally enter the boss arena. You will see a nectar egg in the middle of the boss arena. Do not go for it. The water wraith will drop right down there and kill every single one of your Pikmin, requiring you to restart the entire sub. Instead, stay back and throw purples to the left and right of the thing. It will turn purple and cower. You can throw all of your other Pikmin at it at this point and damage it. Eventually it will snap out of it and start rolling around again, but simply repeat the process and eventually you will get him down to 0 health. Once you do this, his rolling pins will break and he will start running around like a useless flubber, in which he cannot damage you and he can't pretty much do anything. He's just running away. It's freaking annoying. Rinse and repeat, exact same strategy. Throw purples, stun him, damage him. Once he's dead, he drops an awesome item for you that I'm going to talk about in a second because I screwed up with the timing. Woo! So, what does such a magnificent and awe-inspiring win get you? It gives you the Plugaphone, the frickin' best item in the entire game. The Plugaphone allows you to pluck Pikmin from your onion, or anywhere else for that matter, with your whistle. You don't even have to walk up to them anymore. You just whistle and they come out of the ground. It is as awesome as it sounds, and it makes breeding Pikmin 10 times more efficient. So that is all I have to say about the Submerged Castle from Pikmin 2. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to Billion Gaming, like this video, and comment with your thoughts on it. I would love to hear them. I would like to know, what do you like, what don't you like? Tell me what you didn't like so I can improve on it, and tell me what you did like so I can keep doing it. New videos going to be coming every Wednesday and every Saturday. I hope you watch those too, but in the meantime, this is Josh, signing off. See you guys.
I'm not sure what was in that banana, but it is messing with Donkey Kong's head.
You actually were shown getting the piece, and you're all happy about it, but in this one you're about to grab it, and then all of a sudden you're ripped away and dropped into the floor. Okay, here we go. First minecart level, and first thing you'll notice, we have 2 minecart hearts, which disappoints me a lot.